Hi everybody, my name is Glenn Arano. I work for Niagara County Employment and Training. We are based out of the Trot Center in Niagara Falls. If you're not familiar with it, it's the big red building directly across from the Tops on Portage Ave. And what I'm here to talk to you about today is a grant that we get at Niagara County Employment and Training. This is called a WIOA grant. It's Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. It is a federal grant, and we use it for many different things at Employment and Training, but one of the things that we can use it for is a tuition assistance grant. And how can the tuition assistance grant help you? Well, this grant provides for tuition assistance if somebody is going to school for a license, a degree, a certificate, whatever it may be, in a program that will lead to employment in what is considered a demand occupation. Therefore, the federal government has allocated this money to help the individuals in those programs fund their tuition. What does that mean to you? At Niagara County Employment and Training, if you're going to school for one of the programs on the list that is fundable, we can give you $5,000 for your tuition. If you are heading into your final year, we can fund either the last 2 semesters or the last semester. What we normally do is fund the last 2 semesters, $2,500 and $2,500. If you're past your second to last, if you started your second to last semester, we can apply it to your final semester. You just won't get the whole $5,000, but we most likely can cover the majority of your tuition. If there is money remaining after we pay your tuition, we can apply it to your books, to your supplies, to any fees that you may incur. And if there's money left after that, we can give you a transportation allowance. Right now, the transportation allowance is $7 a day. But on this day, which is in June, we are in the process of trying to get it bumped up to $10 a day for the transportation allowance. So we do everything that we can to apply the full $5,000 to every student who can use it. And I always like to mention this is not only applicable to you as an in-school student. If you have a friend, a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister who maybe is looking for a new direction in their life or trying to do something different, this is open to anybody. As long as you're a Niagara County resident, which I'm going to touch on a little bit later, you can apply immediately for the funding. There's no age limit on it. Well, you have to be 18 or older, I should say. The only income-related stipulation with the grant is that you, the applicant, not anybody else in your household, cannot be making over $30 an hour at the time that you apply. Okay, so in terms of the application process, I'm going to touch on that a little bit. You can apply within 6 months of the start date of when your class starts. So you can go as far as 6 months out to apply. So if you are starting a program at school in, let's say, August of this year or September of this year, you want to apply at least 6 months back, but you have to apply at least 3 months out from the start date of your specific course. So that's your window. Between 3 months and 6 months, I'm sorry, between 3 weeks and 6 months out, you want to apply for the tuition assistance grant. So 3 weeks is our minimum, but we highly encourage folks to apply more than 3 weeks out. We get very busy, and there are limited slots to meet with the counselors, which I'm going to touch on as well. So I wouldn't wait till you're 3 weeks out to get the application in. Inevitably, there's still additional paperwork or information that we need. We have to have a completed application within 3 weeks of the start date. If we don't have it, we can't move forward with it because we just get so many applications that there's only 2 counselors who work this entire grant, and they just don't have time to be chasing people down for information that's missing from the application. So get your application in completed more than 3 weeks out. So I'm going to just take a moment and I'm going to show you where you can find the application. Our website is www.worksource1.com. So worksource1.com. And if you go to the website, which I have up, there is a tab called Training, and under the Training, you will see Classroom Training. There is a list here of all of the programs that we fund at all of the schools. So you can see all of the schools, all the programs that we fund, and then as far as the application, and if anybody is curious, here is the list of demand occupations that the whole premise of the grant is based upon. So there are 2 application hyperlinks on here. There is a printable PDF application, 12 pages. It sounds like a lot. A lot of this is, there's nothing here, and some of them are pretty minimal information required. If you are in school, this entire job search page, you do not need to complete. Just write full-time student on it. You can go back and look at the application at your convenience. There is also, that was the PDF application, there's also a Word document fillable app, which I actually prefer because this is neater, cleaner. Fill in, obviously, completely the fillable application. There's fields for everything, including the signature all the way down at the bottom. Save it, obviously, as I said, and then email it back to the counselor. As far as the counselors, the initial point of contact for a grant is Carrie. She and her contact information is on the application and on the website as well. So Carrie is your initial point of contact. I do want to touch on, too, I mentioned the residency issue. So if you're a Niagara County resident, you can apply immediately. What our policy says is that preference is given to Niagara County residents. That doesn't mean if you are not a Niagara County resident that you're disqualified. You just have to take a couple extra steps. So what you have to do is, if you're not a Niagara County resident, is you have to apply in your home county first. So obviously, if you're from Wayne County or Monroe County, Genesee, Orleans, whatever, you got to apply from your home county. We do obviously see a lot of students from Erie County who want to apply for it. Erie County has what's called the BETC, the Buffalo Employment Training Center. So regardless of which county it is, you have to apply in your home county first. One of 2 things is going to happen. You're going to get approved through your home county, or they're going to give you a denial letter. If you get the denial letter, if you get denied, get the denial letter, come to us, bring us the denial letter with the application, and we will submit the application for funding. And we would not, used to use the double negative, we would not fund you because you're not a Niagara County resident. It's just a couple extra steps that you have to take. Because we get a lot of Erie County residents, I do have some contact names for folks who may be watching this who reside in Erie County. So I am going to give you, let me see, I have 3 potential Buffalo Erie Training Center contacts. Dixie Farr, who you can reach at 856-5627, extension 3143. Ann Cordova is a counselor there. She's at 856-8139, extension 3400. And Khalida Sabir, who we've worked with a lot, she's wonderful, 716-856-3423. So those are some Erie County, Buffalo Employment and Training Center contacts that for folks from Erie County can reach out to. So I also like to mention that as part of the process, Carrie, I mentioned, is your initial point of contact. She does the screening of the applications. Once Carrie has completed her part of it, Brittany is the counselor who would then take the file from there, and you will be required to meet with Brittany at our office. I'd like to mention that this is an ongoing open communication process. We have requirements that we need to fulfill from the federal government for the tracking of this grant. So Brittany or Jerry, maybe me, Carrie, will periodically call you and say, hey, just wanted to check in, see how things are going. If you're going for a licensure program, we need proof of you receiving the license. If you're going for a program that requires state certification, RN, CDLA, there's other programs that I can't think of off the top of my head. Those require state certification. We need to have that certification upon your completion. So when we give you the $5,000, it doesn't mean that we then cease contact. We have, again, requirements that we need to fulfill with the state in terms of the grant. So if we call you, please be responsive, because there's several hundred people who have this grant right now. And the more that the counselors have to spend more time counselors have to spend chasing down individuals who are not responsive, that's less time they have to spend with people who want to apply for the grant. So when Brittany, Carrie, Jerry, me, whoever it is, reaches out to you for information, please be responsive. Okay, so the other thing worth mentioning is the ultimate goal of this grant is to lead to full-time, immediate employment. So you have up to a year to find full-time employment. So again, this process you're going to get followed up with for a while. Please don't take it that we're annoying you. It's just part of the process that we have to go through. I just want to give you a couple contact phone numbers. So again, my name is Glenn. My direct line is 716-278-8282. Carrie is the initial point of contact, as I mentioned. Carrie's phone number is 278-8281. Brittany is also another counselor who does the classroom training, and her direct line is 278-8179. So that is it, and I thank you all, and I would encourage you all to please take advantage of the grant. It is a significant grant for us. It's in the millions of dollars, and our objective every year is to spend every dime of it in the community. So I can assure you a lot of people think, there's an old saying people my age say, there is no free lunch. Meaning you don't get anything for free. There's always a catch, whatever it may be. There's no catch here. This is easy. This is far and away the easiest $5,000 that you will ever get in your life. You don't have to pay it, and then we reimburse you. We literally cut a check directly to the school for the $5,000. So if you're in any of the programs that qualify, please take advantage of it. If you are in a program that currently does not qualify, check back. The list is changing on a relatively constant basis. Or if you feel that you're in a program that there is a shortage of demand in that field, feel free to mention that to me, because I've had that happen where somebody's going for a specific degree, licensure, whatever it may be, and it's not on the list, and they say, listen, there's a shortage. I've talked to my counselor. There is a legitimate shortage of individuals in this field. I can bring it to our workforce development board and ask them to do an evaluation of it. And that actually happened recently. I think the most recent one at NCCC is the horticulture program. I was having a conversation with somebody about that, and I brought it to the Workforce Development Board Executive Director, and she did an evaluation, and we added it. So that is something that can happen as well. So Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, again, Glenn, 278-8282. If not, have a great day.